Hi everyone, it's Devorah from JH Kids with a special story for Purim. This story is called Cakes and Miracles, a Purim tale. It is written by Barbara Diamond Goldin and illustrated by Jamie Zolaz. There we go, we can kind of see everything now. Hershel was the only blind boy in his village, but his blindness did not keep him from going to school or shaking pears from nearby trees or catching frogs in the river. The river was the place in the village that Hershel loved most. Besides frogs and water, there was mud to play in. He could make the mud do anything he wanted it to do. A poke here, and he had a cave. A push there, he had a tunnel. He tried to wash the mud off his clothes before he went home, but he always missed a patch or two. That happens to me when I go to the beach. "You have to go in the river and get all muddy," his mother Basha said when he came inside. Hershel sighed. He did not mean to make extra work for his mother. Ever since his father died, she was busy enough trying to feed and clothe the two of them. She sewed, she cleaned, she cooked, she baked, especially in early spring at Purim time. She baked, and then the three-cornered fat cakes called Hamentaschen sold well in the marketplace. "This year, maybe I can sell enough Hamentaschen to buy 2 more chickens," Basha said hopefully. "This year, maybe I can help you with the cakes," said Hershel. "But you cannot see to make them," said Basha. "Do not worry, Hershel. You will help me in other ways, as you always do." And she patted his head lovingly. That night, the night before Purim, Hershel climbed into his bed. After he said his bedtime prayer, he whispered, "If only I could see and help my mother more." In the night, he had a dream. In his dream, Hershel saw the most beautiful winged angel descending a sparkling ladder. The angel bent down towards him. "Make what you see," the angel said. "But I haven't been able to see since I was sick," Hershel protested. "You see when you close your eyes. You see in your dreams," the angel answered. "It's true. I can see in my dreams," he whispered. Hershel awoke, and the angel was gone, but he remembered what the angel said. Soon he heard his mother stoking the stove. "Mother," he called out, "good news! I can see in my head, and I can help you with your cakes." "Hershel, Hershel," said Basha, shaking her head sadly. "You wish you could see. I wish you could see. But how can a blind boy see? I can't let you play with the dough." "I won't play, Mother. I'll make cakes, or maybe something different. Cookies in wonderful shapes." "Shapes too, Hershel? Such a good imagination my son has." After school, Hershel did his chores. He fetched, he carried, he cleaned pans while his mother mixed and rolled, cut and baked. After nightfall, Basha said, "I'll leave this batch of dough to roll and cut in the morning, Purim morning." And they went to synagogue to hear the chanting of the Megillah, the story of Queen Esther. Hershel did not forget his noisemaker. Every child had one. And when the rabbi chanted the name of the villain Haman, his voice was drowned by the shaking and rattling of the noisemakers. What fun Hershel had! Oh, what's going on here? But that night Hershel could not sleep. He went to the kitchen where his mother's Hamentaschen lay. He felt for the bowl filled with dough and took a piece with his hands. The cool smoothness made him think of the mud by the river. Hershel kneaded the dough. He formed a bird and a fish and a goblet. As he worked, he found it easier and easier to shape the cookies so they matched the images dancing in his head. As the night turned to day, his mother awoke. "What are you doing, Hershel?" she demanded. "I told you not to play with the dough." Then she saw Hershel's cookies. But, they are beautiful, Hershel. How can a boy who cannot see? But I can see, Hershel interrupted. When I close my eyes, I see. Truly a miracle, Basha said, and took Hershel's face tenderly in her hands. Do you think people will buy them, Mother? Hershel worried. Do onions grow in the ground? Basha answered. But we won't sell even one here in the kitchen. I'll bake your cookies and we'll carry them to market. Wow, look at the people lining up. The market was already a busy place. Hershel could smell the herring and pickles, bread and cheeses. He could hear the chickens cackling and the vendors calling out. But today there were new sweet smells coming from the tables loaded with Purim treats, the honey cakes, the bottles of syrups, pears, wine, the Hamentaschen shaped like Haman's three-cornered hat. Hershel and Basha set out their baked goods. Buy a special cake for Purim, Basha called. Soon there was quite a crowd around Basha's table. Fagi the belt maker wanted 4 cookies, and Liba the feather picker wanted 3. Even Beryl the baker bought a cookie, the last one. He pinched Hershel's cheeks as he walked by. You'll be a talented baker someday, he said. Come, talk to me. Hershel, his mother turned to him. Did you hear what Beryl said? It's not every day a nice word like that comes from his mouth, and every Hamentash, every cookie is gone. Hershel couldn't see the table, but he could feel the excitement all around him. Purim excitement, cookie excitement, talent excitement. And in his head he could see himself as a man, a baker, perhaps, with bowls of flour all around, or a carpenter, or a shoemaker, or a toolmaker. Oh, how happy Hershel was. So there's our story for Purim this year, Cakes and Miracles. We met Hershel, who couldn't see with his eyes when they were open, but when he closed his eyes, his imagination was able to form shapes and pictures and images that his hands could then use, that he could then use his hands to make. Anything is possible if you believe in yourself and give it a try. See you next time. Happy Purim. Bye.